So let's watch a guy who asks like a selfish sack of cunt, shall we? DSP, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know much about this guy. I'm going to start doing my homework. All I know him as now is he's come up on r/cringe for like 2 weeks because he has been shamelessly, basically chastising his audience for money. Now, again, I don't want this to come off as one of these sanctimonious streaming assholes who's got, people with 5 million subscribers. Like, why are these people asking their audience for money? Because we're not a milquetoast show that, worries about what we say so we can keep our channel monetized. We want to do a fun, spicy show that people can enjoy. And we go, hey, you know how it makes us able to do this? If you guys chip in $5-10 a month, keep us going. Cool. Awesome. Please do. I'm talking about I don't mind that shit. Encouraging people to donate. If you do a 4-hour stream and 5 minutes of it combined is the time you spend asking, I got no fucking problem with that. Take 10 if you want to. Keep yourself supported. If your audience doesn't like it, they'll fucking leave. So this guy, DSP, he's got a shitload of subscribers compared to us. He's got 198,000 subscribers, but his videos do like barely 1,000. Like one of our morning shows does about 3,000 to 4,000 views. One of our evening shows, 1,500 to 2,000 views, I believe. This guy, 1,000 views on a 2-hour stream, but yet he's got 200,000 subscribers. I don't get it. This is one where he is lamenting. Now, I'm fast-forwarding to 57 minutes. For the first 57 minutes of his stream, now he calls this a podcast. You can't just bitch about your setup and about your tech and call it a podcast. It's just you having a telethon, so you can. It's the NPR telethon. That's not even fair because NPR does content between their asking. So this DSP goes on and talks about how his OBS is fucked up, how his animations are fucked up. He is losing his mind for an hour on his podcast because this is all because his animations won't come up when people donate. Hey, DSP, do a good fucking show. People won't give a shit about the animations. Did you see any wacky animations come up when any of the people who gave us $400 tonight donated? No. You know what they did? They go, I love this fucking show. Apparently, this is what they need to keep the lights on and keep their 5 or 6 people employed. So, sure, I'll chip in. He'll also make fun of DSP and do an extra half hour. You got to do funny shit in between that. 95% of your show has got to be really funny, interesting shit, and then 5% can be, by the way, help me keep the lights on. Let's watch this guy whine and complain about his OBS and his animations and everything else, and then watch the fucking NPR telethon. This is exactly what I don't want to be. And if I am this guy, tell me.
Rebuild, maybe perhaps the whole scene set up from scratch again, starting over, fresh. And then maybe if there was any corruption at all in there of anything in the setup, it would be a new setup and it would fix it. Right? So I'm thinking. But I don't have that flexibility right now. I have to be here 6 days a week, double streams for you guys, because I need to make money. Just being honest. Like, I need to be here to make a living. I wish I could reduce the amount or take time away to do this. I just can't right now.
Why? Why do you wish? There's a lot of things with this guy you're going to find out that are going to gross you out. Why do you wish you could be? You know, when I'm doing this show, there is nowhere else I want to be. Nowhere else. I just want to be sitting here fucking around with my audience, hanging out with my friends, making jokes. There's usually a second mic. For those of you who are new, this looks really fucked up, doesn't it? I'm like hanging out with my friends. Like, this guy's a psychopath. You shouldn't say, like, I wish I could leave, so I did. That means that you're only on here because you don't want to get a real job and you just want to ask for the money, the money, the money, the money, the money, the money. That tells me your whole show is the money, and you're looking stressed. Look at this face. You're looking stressed. You're looking beaten. Bro, this can't be fun for you. And how dare you sit there and tell people about your money woes when you don't even have the effort to cover up your white wall or your closet door or shit like that. This backdrop that we have, first of all, the template is free, but the backdrop we have, I don't even know what that was, like a couple $100, maybe. giant 8-foot by 10-foot backdrop, couple $100, you put it up there, it doesn't look too bad. You're going to show me your closet door and then say, I have to be here streaming, all hours of the day to make, well, then it's not working. We do a morning show and an evening show because I got shit to talk about. I want to do a fun show for you. If you have to be there because the money isn't coming in, you got to get a fucking job. I've said this before. If my audience dries up and there's no donations anymore, I got to go sell cars. That's just what you have to do. You can't just sit there and whine at people for 2 hours and then go, now give me some money. I should be able to keep doing this. No, the marketplace has spoken. You've asked for a certain amount of money. You didn't get it. Time to ship the fuck out, pal.
All right. Now, in addition to that, we've already talked about this, that I want to, hopefully, at some point this year, I want to try to upgrade my setup. All right?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Get ready. You know what that means. The muscle tightening, the leaning. I want to upgrade my setup. Could you imagine if every time we wanted to buy a piece of equipment or do something for this show, you had to sit there and whinge because you went, he's going to hit me up for fucking money. No! Like we say.
That's what the money is for!
You guys hit our goal. We need to shut the fuck up about money. This audience contributes. We make our money. We shut the fuck up about money. We don't sit here and go, I need a new roadcaster, so you guys need to get... No. You told them they only had to give that much. They hit your goals. You shut the fuck up. You make it work. Or you make adjustments. I hate that. When these fucking streamers have their car break down or they want to go out to a nice dinner or take a nice vacation, so they up how much they ask from people, oh, you ought to abandon that channel immediately. April and I are going on our one vacation a year for our anniversary. You know what we did? We saved up our money that we pay ourselves out of the business that you so generously contribute to, and we saved up our money and we got enough and we went on vacation. We're going on vacation in August. You're not going to see us in August go, oh, guys, our vacation was so expensive. We're upping the goal by $100 a show. That's a piece of shit fucking move. Or we're going to do an extra show. If we do an extra show, no asking for money. We do an extra show because this audience is super fucking generous. They're really cool, and we're giving them a bonus show. That's what we're going to start doing every week. 1 hour bonus show. If you're a member or a Patreon subscriber, you're getting a free 1 hour show. You already give this program enough money. You be honest with your listeners, they'll become more passionate about your product. But if every time your computer starts to smoke, you go, oh, I'm doing this extra stream, but I'm only doing it so you guys give me money. That's a piece of shit move, bro.
Now, to upgrade the setup, I can't afford it. What it's going to end up having to be is likely a series of events that we do that are special fundraising events, trying to raise certain tips goals.
No! Buy your computer or get out of the fucking game. If you can't afford the basic equipment to do this, then don't do it anymore. No going out there and going, oh, hey, guys, you know how I haven't been giving you good content? I've just been not shaving and whining. Yeah, give me money so I can buy a better computer to whine on. No, do a really good show for them and then go, hey, guys, if you feel like chipping in, here's our links. Go ahead, click on that, throw in a few bucks, and then do some math for them. Be like, hey, we had 10,000 listeners last week. You know, I think we had like 9.6 thousand unique viewers. Let's see, for this show, it would be like if 1,500 of those 10,000 from last week threw in $10, we're good for the month, blah, blah, blah. Just, do that. Don't just sit there and give them this weird number out of nowhere and then halfway through the month go, oh, by the way, I need more. I need extra. I need even more. That's the Crowder grift. Where, oh, yeah, we're suing YouTube. Pay for it for us. That's horseshit. Don't use your audience as an ATM. You have a set number you need. You've set a budget. If this is really what you want to do for a living, if this is what you want to do for a job, DSP, you set a budget. You tell your audience what that budget is, and you don't move it. You make the adjustments. They pay your tuchus. They pay your ass. You treat them with respect. You don't treat them as a fucking ATM machine. And then act like you're the one inconvenienced. They're the ones being hit up for money. I never want to become this guy, ever.
and those tips would go directly towards the cost of either components or just buying an outright pre-built PC. That would be a much better system than what I'm using now.
By the way, you know that motherfucker would find a deal on the computer, pocket the rest, and go, because he probably thinks Olive Garden is a nice, fancy dinner place, a fancy restaurant. He'd take it to Applebee's or Olive Garden. And then, he's the kind of motherfucker who would go to Olive Garden, show up with pasta primavera on his face in the middle of the stream, telling you how broke he is and how generous you are and how he needs a little bit more for that computer. Breadsticks and salads. He's skipping on it. He's going right to the pasta fajoule.
An internal capture card, things that could avoid a lot of the issues that I have today. Okay. And in addition, one of the major things that I want to do if I upgrade my PC is then get a better webcam. Instead of maybe getting a webcam, get a camcorder or digital camera that can live stream.
All right. Take it easy. The Nexigo cameras we have now that are, I think, 4K. I think is what they are. I think they were like $130 a piece, and we got three of them, but we used two of them for the show. So stop acting like you need to raise. You got 200,000 subscribers. Quit milking them. You got enough money in your pocket to dig in and buy those cameras. If you don't, quit. You're done. We need to weed out the weak anyway around here. If a guy with 2,500 subscribers can have a passionate enough fan base to have 3 or 4 part-time employees and 1 full-time employee and make this thing work, then maybe it's a content issue with you. It ain't a fan support issue.
Stream. So now my visual quality is way improved. We buy some better lighting, make everything a big step up, right? I want to do that. It's time. I've been using this PC for 8 fucking years, man.
So what? That's all you're worth then. Don't bitch about that. Been using this PC for 8 fucking years. Working fine. The problem isn't the picture. The problem is the guy talking. He's not doing anything interesting to keep me captivated. I'd rather listen to the quartering than this.
It's not going to last forever. All right? I'm not saying it's on its last legs. I just know it can't last forever.
So give me your money.
PC right now died this very moment, I'd be shit out of luck. I do have a backup PC that's ancient in my closet that I haven't used in like 6 years. I don't even know if it turns on. I'd have to fucking format it. I don't have OBS or anything set up in it. So it'd be like...
Do you see why I now say, let's not talk about tech support on the air? It's fucking boring. Not only is it boring, but with this guy, it's tense because you know he's about to give you, after this sob story, he's about to hit you up for money. Like I said, this guy keeps me in check. I'll never do this. Worst I'll ever do is go like, hey, guys, we're really fucking close, and we'll do an extra half hour for you. Hey, let's do a fun little musical hype train and kind of mock ourselves for asking.
Like starting from scratch, it would be a nightmare, okay? So I have to definitely set this up sometime this year. Now, here's the problem with this.
Okay,
right?
here we
I was talking about this earlier in the year. I said, I want to wait till I'm done with Elden Ring because this is going to be one of my biggest playthroughs I've probably ever done, or at least in the last 5 years, one of the biggest playthroughs I've ever done.
So is he supposed to be like a video game guy then? Where's the video gaming? Because all I'm hearing now is whinging.
And I want to be sure we got all that done before I start messing around, all right, with another idea of upgrading my setup or whatever, okay? We did. We're there now. Now we're kind of in the downtime. However, here's the problem. As I've already explained to you yesterday, right now things are financially slow. Right now, I've been doing this podcast.
This isn't a fucking podcast. I do a podcast. I do a podcast. You're not doing a podcast. You're doing a wine session. No wine sessions. And I would gather you've been doing this longer than I have on the internet. I'm on 2 years now. I'm guessing you've been going longer than that. You should know better. Oh, man. This is the downtime, but financial times are tough. What do I say to my audience whenever we come up short? What's the first thing we say? We don't talk about how times are tough for us. We're hitting our goals. We're hanging in there. I'm worried about our audience. These people have it rough. They're the ones, you know, I mean, the economy will hit us too because we depend on our audience. So if it's tough for them, it'll be tough for us, but we'll be fine. We'll make do. I want to make sure they're okay. If they can't hit a goal or they can't contribute to the show, I understand. It's fucking crazy out there. But for you to sit there and go, me, this DSP, man, he's nuts. Me. It's tough for me. I'm me. You fucking stream in your basement for a living. The people you're yelling at and talking to are driving to work at $5 a gallon for a living. And you have the audacity to say, oh, I'm going to do special streams where I just ask you guys for money so I can buy a new computer, even though this one isn't on its last legs. The nerve.
For an hour. I have not received a single tip. Do you see my point? Like, there was a time when as soon as I started every day, people would come in and would support. Now it's like, it's very much slowed down.
It's almost like the economy has gone to shit, dude. And they're not getting stimulus checks anymore. What do you want? It ain't always going to be the gravy train. Get it in there when you got it. Protect it when you don't. God, people like this piss me off because our audience jokes with us about asking for money. This guy is the actual embodiment of that joke, personified. I used to come in and right away they give me money. Now we go an hour without... Yeah, sometimes on this show we go an hour without anyone chipping in. You know what you do? You put the link in your chat. You go, hey guys, here's how far away we are from the goal. If you could take a minute to chip in, that'd be cool. And then 15 minutes later, we click, we check, and asking nicely and treating your audience with respect, 5-6 people chip in. They knock that goal down by $100. Hey, look at that. Everything's going to be fine. But instead, you sit there and bitch to your audience that they're not doing enough. That's what somebody with 3 kids wants to hear right now, is that you're not doing enough for this asshole.
And I'm not blaming anyone. I've already explained the reasons I feel this is happening, all right? But I'm in a situation where I'm very financially tight right now. Things are not good behind the scenes, to let you guys know. They're just not, okay?
Then do something funny. Do something where this would be like if a stripper came up and went, my ankle hurts and I don't feel like dancing tonight and I just need more money because my car broke down and I have a computer that's on the fritz. And it's like, show me your tits. Maybe I'll throw some money at you. I mean, I don't want DSP to show anyone his tits, but you get the idea. Dance, piggy. And don't just sit there and talk about how tight it is for you. Hey, give me money, because you're not performing then. You're not being paid to perform. You're being paid out of pity at that point.
I'm hoping to get out of this, but right now it's just not a good time. So that being said, would it make sense for me to start doing a series of fundraisers to raise funds to buy a new PC and a new setup when I am barely getting by paying my basic shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, here's what would happen. Literally exactly what happened last week with the gifted memberships would just happen exponentially. So likely if I did a special fundraiser and I said, hey, let's go ahead and let's raise the funds. And let's say I did 3 fundraisers.
3 fucking fundraisers. So 3 streams where you just go on and talk about raising the money? Oh, this guy is cancer, man. This guy is fucked. This guy gives streamers a bad name. And you have 522 members. I think we have 170. And it's just you. You've got 522 members. It's just you. And we've got 170. And we've got 4 second mics and taxes and all this shit corporations have to do, all the boring shit. We give our audience prizes. We give them merch when they chip in a certain amount. We give them perks. And you've got 4 times the members than we do, and you're bitching, and it's just you by yourself? Dude, you're obviously not giving people a reason to give you money. Maybe it's because of shit like this.
3 fundraising specials over the course of a month and a half. They're all successful. Great. Here's exactly what would happen. All other support would dry up.
Then maybe you're not that good. All right? Yeah, other support would dry up. You know why? Because there's a finite amount of people's money. And you're not entitled to all of it. You know what the money from this audience does for me? It keeps me in check. It lets me know if I'm doing a good job or not. If the money dries up, I'm not doing something right. I'll sit there and go, should we do more shows where I just ask you for more? No, that's fucking boring and insulting. This guy deserves to go down. Like, if this guy's channel is dying, it fucking deserves it right now. There's a difference between hustling and grinding, and I respect that if you're asking for donations and you're hustling and grinding. Then there's the death throes of a YouTube channel where they just go, things are tight for me, they're really bad, just come on, come on, come on.
Just what happened last week. Last week, I got gifted memberships on the channel. People came out in droves, gifted the crap out of memberships on the channel. We went from 380 to 500 within 2 days.
Cool.
Wow.
Awesome. So why aren't you happy? Then why are you sitting here whinging and whining? By the way, guys, you might be asking, how do we gift memberships? Who gives a fuck? We're doing fine. We're doing okay. I already yelled at you guys to stop giving money now. We hit our goal. Fuck off. No more money for me. Just turn me into a fucking animal. This guy, I went from 380 to 500. That's like $600. That's pretty sweet.
That's great. That's going to all help me, you know, long term when I finally make profit on that stuff, which is over a month takes to get anything out of that.
You can't sit for a month to wait for your AdSense to pay you? Dude, you're fucking up your money.
Okay? And, you know, then what happened? Tips dried up completely. There were, I mean, some streams we didn't even raise the first tiered goal. Other streams we'd barely hit that. And again, to emphasize, the reason I have these tip goals in place is to make up for the fact that I lost a lot of revenue that I was making when I was a full-time streamer on Twitch.
So I lost Twitch. I have a lot less people than you do. I'm making it work. This guy's been going for 5 minutes now. I'm not yelling at my audience for 5 minutes, talking about all the special shows I'm going to do because I want to buy this, I want to buy that, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. Got all these cool new gadgets you want to buy? That's not your audience's responsibility. You set a budget, you set a number, you fucking stick to it. If they can't support that, then you're not doing a good enough job bringing people in.
I had over 900 subs a month. I had tons of cheers coming in. I lost all of that when I came over here to YouTube, and I'm not even close to being back to that level. Even now I'm at 500.
Neither are we, but guess what? We're making it work. That's not the listener's responsibility. That's your responsibility.
I used to be over 900, right? The amount of you know, super chats and things is dramatically less here than it used to be with the cheers over on Twitch. Okay? Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Really fucking, you know what? When you bug your audience for money, you know what else you should do? Clear your throat really loudly into the microphone. Guys, we're keeping an eye on him. We are keeping an eye on this motherfucker. He is enraging. You guys are getting free overtime tonight, too, because we're going past 9:30. Because we got to watch that Kenny Bolin guy, too. You guys liking this? You want to keep this going? I'll watch a couple more minutes of this guy, but it's the same shit over and over with him. Imagine listening to this. I get tense listening to it. I'm like, oh, no, he's giving me a big wind-up sob story. And now here we go. He's going to hit me up for money.
Excuse me. So, that being said, I can't have my contributions via tips dry up. That's how I pay for everything. And for a week and a half already, it was very slow. Yesterday, we had a good day. Hopefully, we can keep that momentum going. If I start getting slow days again, right back to square one, you see?
So what? We had a slow fucking day last Monday. You know what we did? We grinded. We did great shows. We did awesome shows. The audience came up big. We hit all of our goals. It was one bad fucking day. Relax. Yeah, my first year that I did this, I would feel that way too because I was new. I didn't know. You've been at this a long time to be behaving this way.
Now imagine I'm asking my viewing audience to support me upgrading my equipment, and I do a series of events to raise funds for it. Great. But now they're not going to also be able to contribute to the normal stuff, right?
So now you're yelling at your audience. You're asking them for extra money to pay for your shit, your life that you should be paying for out of your own pocket. And now you're pissed off about that because then they won't give you more later? Then apparently you need to find more fans. You're not going to find more fans being a LolCow. I mean, not the kind that'll pay you. I'm going to find more fans doing shit like this because they'll be like, oh, this is really funny. What does this guy ask me to do? A 5 or 10 spot every month? That's cool. That's fine. I like Red Bar. I subscribe to Scars. Why? It's the right thing to do. Could I watch Red Bar for free? Sure, but he's really fucking funny, and I want to make sure he keeps making content. So I throw him Scars every month. Same thing with Revenge of this. Every show that I like, if I'm listening to it, if I'm spending a lot of time on it, here's $10. Or I think I gave Royce and Mersh 25 last month. So it was just like, hey, this is the way it goes. But if someone's going to sit there and just yell at me for 5 minutes, no.
But then I can't, then I'm screwed. I'm shooting myself in the foot. You see what I'm saying? The last thing I would want to do is be dishonest with you guys and say, I'm doing a special event to raise funds so we can upgrade all my equipment. And then I say, oh, well, this event was successful, but now I can't afford to upgrade my equipment and I'm using the money for something else. Then
don't do that. You know what, DSP? Here's my God. Here, lean in close, DSP. I'm going to give you the God's honest truth on what you need to do next. Ready? Lean in. Shut it down. All right? Shut it down. Go do something else. This ain't for you. This is a meltdown that doesn't get any better. This is a downward spiral. The nose of the plane doesn't come up from here. The only thing I'll thank you for, thank you for showing me what the bottom is so I never do that.
I definitely don't want to do. That would be the worst, absolute worst case scenario for me, where I'm being dishonest with you guys on how something that you guys supported was supposed to be appropriated or used, and then I don't do that.
That just tells me that you're tempted to do that all the time. And you've probably done it before. That's why you're in this financial position. You got a shitload of money when things were good, and you fucking spent it all, didn't you? You know, I'm not here to, this isn't a cock-swinging statement or anything, but Steel Toe Media, like, we're anticipating the economy will get really bad and we'll take a hit. So you know what we're not doing right now? We're not going out renting more office space. We're not going giving everybody raises. We're not taking more money for ourselves. We're holding pat, you know, hoping to stay in the black. We could still take a little bit of a hit and stay in, you know, break even a little bit. That'd be cool. That'd be fine. But I guarantee a motherfucker like this, when things were good and a bunch of money was coming in, he fucking blew it. He blew it. He spent it all. Didn't think about tomorrow. So because you're a bad planner, you want your audience to pay the price for it at a time where they're paying $5 a gallon for gas. Go fuck yourself.
Because, you know, been there, done that. You know, over the years. Take a look at my Down the Rabbit Hole Dark Side Phil and how just a few little Patreon goals. Oh, I'm going to reboot Project 7 and do a trailer. Oh, I'm going to do a series of Minecraft streams and I only do like 2 or 3 instead of the 5 to 6 that I promised.
So he did do this. I heard him talk about this down the rabbit hole. I guess somebody made a documentary about him. I'm going to have to watch that. So he has, I called it. He has done this before. He's promised people shit and he hasn't done it. And now you're wondering why people don't give you money? What if I told people? What if I made my goal for every show? And I go, guys, if we hit this goal, we're going to find some more LolCows. We're going to do 30 minutes of overtime. This just goes to pay the bills for this company. And then you guys chipped in and you supported the show and you gave us money and we hit our goals and we did it all. And then Johnny and Corey come back and say, by the way, I haven't been paid in 3 months. I wouldn't expect you to give me another fucking dime. These streamers got to learn, guys like this. You treat your audience with respect. They are not there just to pay your paycheck. You treat these people with respect. They come here to be entertained by you. You entertain them. You shit on DSP. And then when you do need to ask them for money, when you do need to say, here's my goal, they're more likely to chip in because just before you did that 20, 30 seconds of asking them for money, you were making them laugh their balls off and entertaining them. And they'll go, you know what? Not only will they do it, they'll also go, you know what? Right is right. I really fucking love this show. It gets me through my day. Here you go, boys. And then they thank you. And then you thank them for it. Oh, so this guy's just been a piece of shit for a long time. I'm just discovering him now.
Promised, or however number it was, because I don't remember exactly in my head. But you see the point I'm making here is
no.
When you promise something, and then if you overpromise and underdeliver, you will monstrously disappoint your supporters. And I know that from history. I don't want to relive the same mistakes and make them twice, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we got to stop with this guy because we're going to do the Kenny Bolin thing. And I do have a morning show tomorrow at 6 a.m. And I have a sick wife upstairs and I want to make sure she doesn't seem like she's doing that great. I want to do the Kenny Bolin thing for you, though. That was 8 minutes, and he's not done. That was 8 minutes.
Hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and click the bell to get notifications.
Oh, shit. We'll clip out the Ethan stuff today. We'll clip out the DSP stuff. And we'll clip out the Nick Fuentes stuff for independent clips. All right, let me catch up with the chat here. And then we will go to, Johnny with $5. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. DSP has been featured on Nick Rekieta's stream before. He's so awful. Is Nick Rekieta okay, or is he a weird fuck too? I hear his name. I don't know anything about him. God, a lot of people were writing in during this one. Holy fuck. That's the best background he could do. Right. I mean, this guy puts no effort in and then expects people to give him money. I hate that shit. Redbeard says I make more in my laundry room. Yeah. This is super bad, but super interesting. Good. I'm glad you like it. I feel like the PS5 is a bit of a tell also. Yeah, for sure. How much money could you spend on DLC polls for a mobile game? Says Nicky Fruit Loops. Oh, the people who made the Game of Thrones mod for Bannerlord, talking about giving to people who give you stuff and do it for free and donating. It's the right thing to do. I gave those guys $40 because they made a fucking kick-ass mod to a game that I'm playing all the time now. You pay way more for that for a game. Robert says, God, I couldn't imagine you doing a 24/7 stream. You'd run out of things to talk about, and it'd just be dead air. Yeah, they're never good. Nicky Fruit Loop says he has had the same setup for years. Yeah, put some fucking effort in, and then maybe people will give you money. This mentality is needed in every aspect of life, says Armando. I hope so. I hope people are hearing me, and I'm not being a fucking ranting, raving lunatic. Johnny K says his timing is nice. Roadcaster announced a new deck like a week ago, and now he needs money. Yeah, right. Guess what that comes out of? What you guys generously donate to us every month. That's not extra that you guys should be expected to pay. Christ, these people. Oh. Someone give Aaron gas. I want to watch him burn these folks. DSP firmly believes expensive equals quality and necessary. Yeah. The third camera is for April's OnlyFans. No, of course not. DSP is mega church Kenneth Copeland levels of scammery. It's hilarious. Robert says the world's biggest nerd ever. Sorry, I walked away for about 10 minutes, so probably already said. No, that was low-hanging fruit. I didn't do that one. He needs one of them Tards helmets. Yeah, a loose asshole's got it. Sell your $300 gaming chair.